You. That's right. Good evening, everyone. It is You Make My Dreams Come True. Hollow Notes. How are you? Good evening. Welcome. It is Tuesday, February 25th, 2020. I'm your host, David Guerra. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. If you're watching live, I do appreciate you watching live. If you're watching on replay, I really appreciate you taking the time. But come join the conversation. We're over here live on Facebook, on my Facebook page, facebook.com/the David Guerra, and that would be me, and that's my Facebook page. And come and visit, watch the live show. It's even better live because you never know what might just happen, and it happens live. See, because then if you're watching this recorded, then I've already told you about it in the show notes, wherever they happen to be. They are down here, wherever, and I'm telling you something happened. But in this case, live, you get to experience it live. So anyway, moving on. Today is Tuesday, and Tuesday it's leadership in the news. And today we're talking about, that's right, our good friend, the coronavirus. I said yesterday, I'm not gluten-free, but I am coronavirus-free. And today, again, I remain coronavirus-free. However, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention has issued a warning. And we're going to talk about that. They said, prepare. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Folks, what they're saying is it's going to happen. It's coming this way. A lot of the containment work is working. Okay, the containment is working. However, it's still going to get out. Something's going to happen. It's going to spread. To what severity, they don't know. What measures they're going to be forced to take, they don't know. But it can happen and to any degree, to any extent. But there's a plan in place, I guarantee you. If they're already telling us it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, that means they have their own plan already in place, and they're not going to share it with us because they're not going to create hysterics. They're not going to panic the people when there's needlessly need to panic anybody. It's just more of like, be prepared. Be prepared for school closures. Be prepared for cancellation of public events and public gatherings. Be prepared, not just to get sick, but be prepared for the fallout around it. It's kind of like my recommendation at this point. So those of you that are watching, take heed. This is my recommendation. Prepare as if you are planning for a hurricane. That's it. Hurricane comes in and wipes out, services, power, electricity. Well, hopefully it won't get to that point, but there might be a delay. There might not be food. And again, delivery time might be longer than it normally is. I'm anticipating not seeing out of season food in your local area available. Meaning, while it's winter still here in the United States, down under it's summer. So the crops are growing at different times. So there may be a delay in getting some vegetables, fresh fruit, whatever, either from South America, Australia, New Zealand, wherever, Asia, Southern Asia, getting it over here. And I'm anticipating that being the big thing. And delay. So what happens when there's delays? There's still an increase in demand. Prices go up. So get ready. Stock market's already taken another 2-day hit, down 1,900 total, if I'm correct. And again, it's going to happen. It's going to happen because of the uncertainty, but it'll stabilize. It'll stabilize. So we'll talk about that on Friday. But today, it's about getting ready. It's about preparing, planning, and practicing, and figuring out what you're going to do. Folks, those of you that work, be prepared for business closures. Those of you that work in high visibility areas and high traffic areas or alongside large populations, get ready for that as well. Get ready for that because it does happen. So be careful, but prepare, plan. It doesn't mean you need to go into crisis mode right now, because the more practice and the more preparation you do now, the less crisis mode you'll be in later on. Because when it actually does happen, you have a plan and work on the contingencies. And you know what? Let's just dive into aspects and insights. Aspects and insights on the leadership side of that. Folks, you're a leader. You're a manager, you're in an organization. You hope that the top down has a plan. Remember, we talked about that last time. It's when they don't have a plan that, well, something's got to give. But there should be a plan, and now they're calling for a plan. So find out if there is a plan. And if there isn't, build your own plan. Talk to your department. Talk to the people in your team. Communicate and be serious, because this is going to happen. Again, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So understand. Go into that mindset of, it's going to happen. What are we going to do? What's our plan? What are our long-term projects, short-term projects, long-term goals, short-term goals, and how are we going to bounce back through this? Because the more you prepare, the better off you're going to be when it actually happens. And the same thing for hurricanes, tornadoes, weather, man-made disasters, natural disasters. The more you prepare for it, the better off you're going to be. The less you bleed in combat happens because you sweated more in practice. And that's just the way it is. That's the way it is. Next, leaders, communicate with your people. Also, get their intentions. Find out what they have to do. What happens if they have children in school and the school closes? How are you going to work around that? Remotely working, can that happen? It's starting to become a thing as far as a standard, not the exception. It's more of the standard now, so why not? Employees, the aspects and insight on the employee side of things. Folks, communicate your plan. Communicate, talk to people. Ensure that they understand what's going on. Ensure that your family understands what's going on. Understand, but don't put them in a panic mode needlessly. There's no need for panic mode. Again, seek out answers. If you don't know the answers, find the answer. If your management, your leadership doesn't have an answer, that doesn't mean you stop there. It means you go and you find an answer. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention continues to work with business, education, and healthcare sectors, encouraging employers to be prepared. Now, this is straight out of today's report. So, again, ensure that it's happening, ensure that they're communicating the words, and ensure that, you know what, it's not just a great idea, that you're actually doing something about it. That you are actually doing something about it. Stock up on food? Yeah, if that makes you feel good. Stock up on water? Even better. Vitamins, whatever works for you, citrus, whatever, that kind of stuff. Fresh produce, you can only hold it for so long. Fresh vegetables and produce, you can only hold it for so long. So be careful there. But all in all, have a plan. Who's going to pick up the kids? Who's going to take care of the kids while you're at work? Who's going to take care of the kids if you get sick? Now, this whole COVID-19, it's kind of mimicking the cold, the common cold, not the flu. The flu is its own separate thing. This is kind of mimicking a cold. And those individuals, and where the deaths coming from? The deaths are coming from those individuals that have compromised immune systems, difficulty with breathing or respiratory problems, and the age pretty old or very young. Again, the very young, their immune system is not fully developed. The elderly, their immune systems are starting to get compromised. Everybody in the middle, take care of yourselves. Exercise, drink plenty of fluid, eat right, and just stay on top of things. And that's the best I can do. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't play one on TV. I played one in a play once, but that's a whole different ballgame. Folks, just take care of yourselves. Listen, that's all I'm doing here is drinking water. And I'm just constantly taking down water because you got to. It makes things move, it flushes your system, and it tastes great too. Okay, so again, let's go into this training. The aspects and insights of training. Folks, again, ensure that you're getting the right training, ensuring you're getting the right information. That's really it. Now we're starting to see a lot of pop-up websites, a lot of pop-up gurus that are telling you this, telling you that. Folks, I'm not telling you, I'm not a guru. I don't claim to be a guru. I'm just sharing with you what I would be doing. And that's that. So get out there, learn something, do your own homework if you have to. Don't count on others when you can do it yourself. And I'm talking about learning what it is. So if the Centers for Disease Control website, cdc.gov, they've got the information there, go visit that website. It's that simple. Folks, this is going to impact all sectors. This is across all sectors, not just the sector you work in. It's going to impact, well, it's impacting the world. It's going to impact the nation. It's going to impact your community. And what I'm getting at is, again, don't start any rumors. No false rumors. No panic. No needless rioting. There's no need for rioting, so don't go rioting. But there is a need for you to prepare, for you to plan, for you to practice that plan, for you to execute that plan when it happens, and stick to that plan. However, there's going to be contingencies. Make sure you have worked through those contingencies. Make sure that you understand that the contingencies are there for a reason. And it's basically, What if that happens instead of this? What if you get the flu and you never get the COVID-19? It happens. So folks, again, the CDC says prepare, because it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when COVID-19 will start hitting the United States on a larger scale. So let's see what happens, and let's see what the spring and summer does. Maybe that helps curtail things a bit. We don't know yet. No one knows yet. So be careful out there. Pay attention to what you're listening to and who you're listening to, but do your own homework. And that right there is taking the initiative, being proactive instead of reactive, because once the doors are shut, no one's coming in the house. And pretty much because it's kind of like that story of the ant and the grasshopper. Remember that? The ant was planning for the winter and the grasshopper was just chilling, right? Not really planning, and then here comes winter. Okay, well, the same thing. Plan, prepare, and execute. Practice that plan. Practice the contingencies. Listen, I'm Dave Guerra, and this is Let's Have a Chat About Leadership. And tonight we're talking about the CDC's statement to prepare COVID-19, crisis management, and leadership. And you, listen, I won't be here tomorrow. I'll be back on Thursday with lessons in leadership. And until then, have a great evening. Have a great Wednesday. I'll talk to you soon.